Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Erica, and we're back for a Pretty Little Liars review. What? Another Pretty Little Liars review. Because we have a new spin-off show called Pretty Little Liars The Perfectionists, and I am excited. You guys know I love Pretty Little Liars. I just watched the premiere. I'm very impressed. It definitely gave me Pretty Little Liars vibes, although it's very different. It's very different. I have tons of notes, and this should be interesting. Let's get started. Okay, so it opens up, and we're going through each of the characters, each of the liars. We open up, we're in Oregon, we're in Beacon Heights, okay? BHU. We're going through all the characters. Ava is telling us about how it's hard to get into BHU and it's hard to keep up. It's elite, okay? It's elite. It is the top of the top. And then we get into the next scene, which is Allison. So Allison gets out of the car and she pulls up to her house. She takes this job in Beacon Heights, and I was really confused about this, guys. I was like, why would she just up and leave her children and Emily? Then, like, I'm not a big Emerson shipper, but like that doesn't even make sense to me. And we see on her screensaver a picture of her kids. Allison is getting, checked into her house, and she's just going through her house basically, and she peers down into the basement and she doesn't see anything. So pop, surprise, it's Mona. Mona's here with this big giant knife, saying, I brought pie, hey, I'm here. And Allie's like, I thought you were in France. And Mona's just like, it wasn't cutting it, France was not cutting it. So I moved to Beacon Heights, and I am a game designer here at BHU University, and I was on the committee that selected you. And Allie is like, you could have told me this. Come on now. Mona is asking, Allie, where's Emily? What's happening? And Allison is basically saying, oh, me and her are on and off. It, sometimes it's really great and sometimes it's not. And I mean, I expected that because Emerson is not the best ship, okay? Sorry to break it to you. Not trying to disrespect y'all. Not trying to disrespect y'all, but it's not the best ship. It's not really foundationally sound, okay? I could just knock it over with one swing. Let's not get into it. Scene. Allison exits the room, and Mona is looking in the mirror, and she's like talking to herself, and I'm like, oh yes, crazy Mona is back. Little did I know that this girl named Taylor commits suicide. It was the first suicide in Beacon Heights. She has a brother named Nolan, and they're the top family in Beacon Heights. Now we get into this scene where Allison is introducing herself to her class. She's the new TA, and she's going over this Agatha Christie book. What's it called? And Then There Were None. I actually am like in mid-read of that, and I was like, please no spoilers, because of course you understand, and then there were none, but I didn't want any spoilers. we quickly see that Dylan, he's really smart, he's really driven. We see Caitlin. Caitlin was in That's a Raven, and the actor, I mean, was in That's a Raven and The Walking Dead. She's there, and we see that her and Nolan, Taylor's brother, are kind of a thing. Ava, who clearly didn't read the book, and she does YouTube to pay off her student loans or whatever. What else? Oh, so after class, Dylan, Caitlin, sorry, I'm trying to learn their names. Dylan, Caitlin, Nolan, and Ava are all talking. Nolan and Ava are like, Dylan, you gotta hook us up with our papers. Can you write them for me? And he's like, I can only write one. But then he ends up having to write both of them. Allie talks to Mona real quick because Nolan is a lot. Nolan was saying some things that was like, what does he know about Allie and her past? So I was talking to Mona and was like, what did you tell him? And Mona's like, nothing, but he's very smart and he might be dangerous. Girl, how you just gonna tell me that and walk away? Doing some work, we see her scrolling on the school website about plagiarism and their policies on plagiarism. We all know what that's about. And then we see her put, she's unpacking, right? And we see her put this family photo on her bookshelf or whatever, and she noticed behind the picture the wallpaper is peeling. Did that mean anything? We don't know. Dylan's boyfriend, he comes in and he's asking Dylan, like, why are you writing Nolan and Ava's papers again? You need to focus on what you want to do. Stop doing what they ask you. So now we go to Caitlin. So Caitlin and her boo thing, Jeremy, he's a rocket scientist, I think. They're fraternizing or whatever and just talking about things, and then we go back in time for a little explanation. So Nolan is blackmailing Caitlin into just putting up a front like they're dating still and that they're happy, because Nolan is supposedly dating Ava, and Ava's family is bad news, so they can't, Nolan and Ava can't date or whatever. So the way Nolan's blackmailing Caitlin is with the cheating scandal. There's pictures of Caitlin's mom cheating, and she is a politician, and that's bad. That's bad politics, you know. You can't win with the cheating scandal or whatever. So that's why Caitlin and Nolan are together still. Together. We learn that Ava is actually pretty computer savvy. She also wants an internship at Vogue. So now we see Nolan's mom. So Nolan's mom is played by a homegirl from Gossip Girl. Y'all know who she is. So Nolan's mom is talking to Nolan, and he's like, Mom, I don't know if I want to do crew in the fall. And she's like, you can handle it, sweetie. And they're talking about things, and she's like, I know what's happening between you and Ava. You need to handle it, you know? He's like taken aback a little bit. And then she leaves by saying, and I want to talk to Ava at the party. Make sure that happens. So we see Nolan's mother on the phone telling the BH5 to have active surveillance on Dylan. and Ava. Who BH? We don't even know what BH5 is yet. So Allison meets with Ava about the cheating, like with Dylan writing her papers or whatever, and we then find out about Ava's past. So her parents basically disappeared. She basically said that her dad disappeared, not because he wanted to, but because he had to, and her mom just couldn't handle it, so she disappeared too. We see Ava going in this like secret compartment and finding this bag of money and a note from her dad saying sorry. Now we are at the welcome back party. Allison is looking down at the pool party, and Allison sees Nolan grabbing Caitlin. Allison and Nolan's mom start talking, and Nolan's mom says she really reminds her of Taylor, the girl, the daughter who committed suicide. What a compliment. Dylan, Nolan, and Andrew. So Nolan is over there talking to Andrew, and Dylan is like, what is you doing? Okay? So I noticed a little bit of tension between Dylan and Nolan. I was like, what's that about? Caitlin and Allison are talking, and just like Allison said to Ava, Allison says to Caitlin, basically, I want to help you with things. She specifically wanted to help her with Nolan. Okay, so Nolan sneaks into the woods, and he's on the phone. Basically, he goes into the woods where the security system won't pick him up or whatever, and he calls someone, and he's like, he says, I need to see you. Mom has me on surveillance. I need to see you now, basically. And we don't know who that person is, okay? Is it a mystery person? Basically, my guess was Taylor. Just saying. I was just like, she ain't dead. That's Taylor. Okay, so now, Dylan and Nolan. So Dylan and Nolan are talking, and Nolan is like, I see the way you look at me, and whatever. And that goes down, they start kissing or whatever. So now Allison and Dylan are meeting about Dylan writing the essays for Nolan and Ava, and Allison is like, I want to help you, you know, I don't want to expel you, you have 24 hours to tell me the truth. Ava walks in on Nolan cheating the hoe, but he's just a lot. A lot of people were saying that Nolan was the new Allie. So now we get into the nitty gritty. Nolan is meeting someone. He is meeting, drumroll, he is meeting Taylor. Taylor is not dead. I called it. I knew it. It's Pretty Little Liars for all y'all who don't know what you watching. It's Pretty Little Liars. Come on. Allison wasn't dead. Of course Taylor isn't. So Taylor and Nolan are talking about this group and how they need to take them down, and Nolan was like, we need help, and then Taylor was like, no, we do not. We don't need help. We're doing this. Okay, so Dylan, Ava, and Caitlin are meeting, and they're all talking about Allison wanting to help them get rid of Nolan, and they're basically saying some crazy things like, man, I really want Nolan dead, and I've dreamt of Nolan dying and stuff, because Nolan is blackmailing all of them, and they just want to get from under his thumb. So they're debating whether they should, you know, trust Allie, and they don't really want to. They're really reluctant. Okay, so Mona is in the car, and she's talking to herself once again in her car mirror, and Then we see Allie like jump on her car and basically really just want the tea from Mona. She says, why am I really here, Mona? Like, this is some crazy things going around. Why am I actually here? So then we go back to the group, Dylan, Ava, and Caitlin, and they're basically talking about, you know, if Nolan wasn't a part of this, we could have been friends or whatever. So Allie is back home and she starts peeling off that one piece of wallpaper that was sticking up that they showed us in the beginning, and basically it revealed this message. The message was they are watching. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure. So then we go to Nolan. Nolan is meeting someone in the safe zone. I guess that's where they can't be tracked or watched or whatever. And he's basically saying to the person, Taylor is alive. She's gonna help us. Just saying things about the future and about the future of bringing them down, bringing whoever this group is down. So then we hear this music and we hear sirens and we're like, oh no, who died? So the person who dies at the end of this episode, spoiler alert, it's Nolan, of course. Like, we all knew it was Nolan. So Nolan dies like Zoe from American Horror Story Coven. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Nolan dies. We get reactions of Ava, Dylan, and Caitlin. Ava is a mess. She's crying. She's torn about. She is really sad. Caitlin is really shocked. Dylan is just really puzzled. And then this was the biggest plot twist of them all. The death, that was nothing. This was the biggest plot twist. Mona goes into a bathroom, a public bathroom, looks at the mirror, starts talking to herself again. And she's like, did I cause this? Did I cause this? So I'm like, oh, Mona is just cracking up. And actually, no. It pans out and we see all these screens everywhere, and it's just everyone is just it's just crazy. We see all these screens and it's basically like people are surveillance, like everything that people are doing on this in Beacon Heights or whatever. And she was talking to the people in that place with all the screens, and it's crazy, and I'm losing it. And one thing I want to say, BH5 is like the advanced NAT club. Okay, thank you guys for watching my PLL review. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.